No one wanted to sit up front today, huh? All right, let's get it rolling. Do 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 do. Oh, that worked. Everyone likes to play Jeopardy, apparently. All right, everyone get scanned in, because we're leading the country. I think we're like number 3 now for scanning in.
For just scanning in?
For just scanning in, yeah. That's like the bare minimum that we have to do is just scan in. There is an extra step that you guys can go on the website and actually enter your email as well and follow, so that way you get email updates. Let's get it rolling. Anyone notice construction? This is like the 24th week I've made that joke, but the parking structures are still open.
I hear they have swimmers and other things diving into that.
Into that hole,
Yes.
the bucket that they're making. Anyone know what it's for? Anyone?
Yes.
You,
It's for sewage to connect to the main line going up Miller.
they didn't figure that out before?
It's for all the new student housing to have a place for a stop to go. It really is, actually.
They should have came to 1 million cups first. LinkedIn is probably our favorite place. We're LinkedIn live right now, so if everyone wants to wave. But LinkedIn is probably where you get the most updates, the most engagement, and yes, please post comments, share, like, give us compliments, all the good things. And put your phones on silent if possible, just for the respect of the attendees and the presenter. Who's the first timers here today? We got a ton. Cool. I'm just gonna go through the room here. What brings you? Give me your name and how did you hear about us?
Thank you. My name is Ryan Dinks, and I heard word of mouth. A friend mentioned it, thought it would be something of interest to me, so you're in.
Awesome. Welcome.
Thank you.
Who we got?
Tim Davis. I've heard about Million Cups a million times.
But now you're here for the coffee itself.
Right. I heard you're leading the country in sign-ins. This is the best place.
There we go.
I'm Saucin, and I'm a first timer here. Adam here told me about it, and so I showed up. Yes, thank you, Adam.
Who else is first timers?
Hi, my name is Cisse, and Ben Bates invited me.
Sweet.
He's been telling me about Million Cups a million times as well. I'm glad I'm here. I'm really excited to find out what everybody's doing.
If we could track all the times people talk about Million Cups, it'd be apparently 2 million times.
Good morning, I'm April Spicer. I'm here with Josie in our summer spring business art promotion.
Boom. You guys all want to go down the row and just tell us your names?
I'm Kai.
I'm Zach. I'm Aiden.
Cool, nice to meet you guys. Did I get everyone? All the new people? All right. Who's been here at least 4 times? Yeah, there we go. What keeps you guys coming back? Anybody? Yeah, the to sign in. There we go. What's been something cool that's happened in the last week for somebody? Anybody? Nothing cool happened? Well, I mean, that's today. Yeah.
So I had my social media double in followers.
Boom. There we go. That's a win. There we go.
From 1 to 2.
Oh. So what is 1 Million Cups? It's backed by the Kauffman Foundation, and actually half of our organizers are at the Kauffman Foundation headquarters right now in Kansas City. But they basically wanted to lower the barrier of access to education resources for aspiring entrepreneurs. The core program every Wednesday morning Like clockwork, it's open to the public. It's a short presentation with a Q&A after. Presenting businesses are less than 5 years old and with a desire to learn. And basically the question that we want to answer is, what can we as a community do for you? So key pillars: presentations, not pitches; authentic connections, not networking; and we're run for the community, by the community, and we're radically and intentionally inclusive. So be respectful. This is not Shark Tank. Focus on the speaker's biggest challenge. Use specific, positive, constructive language. We have a white card that we've never had to use. No one's here today. All the organizers are gone. Give me a reason to use it. Give me a reason. Thank you to our venue sponsor. We're in Bamboo, so this is their training room, but they have private offices, dedicated desks, open co-working, and virtual offices as well. You guys can head downstairs, and I think you guys get a half day, or you guys get a day pass for half off. And today we got SizeUp from Spark. Come on up. All the juice you guys are drinking, the coffee, is all from her.
Good morning. I love the scone. So many thanks to Brewed Awakenings and Celine. They're right down the street from me, so it's incredibly convenient to swing by, pick up the coffee and the goodies, and then come here. So it is a pleasure to be with you again. This is our third time sponsoring. And where we find the connection between Ann Arbor Spark and 1 Million Cups is a very specific tool that we offer, which is called SizeUp. And that is powered by our friends at Bank of Ann Arbor. So it's through their support that we're able to provide this tool for free on our website. I think you gave me this so I could maybe...
Click, click.
Click, click. So, it says it right here. The market insights are available. You can look up demographics. You can compare yourself to maybe other like businesses. So the example we tend to provide is if you were going to launch a bakery, like where might you want to locate it based on the region, and if there's a bakery desert, find yourself there, work with the local community. You can compare salary rates to what other bakeries are paying their staff. So you can find that competitive edge. Nope, one too far. I thought I had a QR code up there. There are QR codes on the flyer at your seat, so you can check those out. In addition to SizeUp, we do have a couple other small business support services. I'm realizing now that I didn't even tell y'all who Ann Arbor Spark is and what we do. So
who has not heard of Spark?
Lies. So, excellent. Then I'll just keep going. So the small business support. So what you may not know is, we're a nonprofit. And a lot of the way we conduct our business, the services that we provide, are really directed by where the funding comes from and how it is defined. So for the longest time, we have supported early stage tech startups, and we had to use that money for those high scalability jobs. In 2024, we received a grant. Sorry, I turned it off. We received a grant that allowed us to provide technical support and services to non-tech startups, non-tech entrepreneurs. And it opened up a whole new avenue of opportunities for us to work with and engage with the community. We have what we refer to as the Business Navigator, which is like you're starting a business and you don't even know where to begin. So we can help you plot your course and what you need to know and where you should begin. We have educational programs. And then we have one-on-one consulting. So you have a very specific problem, you can meet with a support specialist. Some very exciting news is the grant we received in 2024 concluded in 2026, And just yesterday, we learned that we received a 1-year grant so we can continue our small business support services. It will, I know, we are very excited. It will look a little bit different. So when I come back in August, I hope to have like a comparison of what that looks like. But SizeUp will still be available, Business Navigator will still be available, and our Entrepreneur Resource Studio will all still be available. I'm also going to make a quick plug. A2 Tech 360 is coming up September 22nd through October 2nd. Many of the events are free. Early bird pricing concludes next Friday. So take a look. I hope to see many of you there. And, you know, if in August you're like, I really want to attend, but I missed the early bird pricing, I might have a code that could save you a few dollars. So, Aaron, did you want to say anything about Bank of Ann Arbor? Aaron is, you know, a great partner of ours. He works in the small business.
Yeah, so yeah, we obviously we're deeply involved in the business community in Washtenaw County and Metro Detroit. Thanks.
Yeah, I don't have a ton to say because we want to get to the presentation, but we just appreciate everybody coming out and supporting small business communities. You know, it's for some it's a labor of love, and for others it's you know, their livelihood, and we just want to be part of that and help in any way we can. So thanks for coming out, and if you have any questions, you can catch me after. So.
Yay! I unfortunately am triple booked this morning. I have another meeting at 9:30 and another one at 10, so I have to take off. I'm so sorry. And my colleague Melissa, who would normally be here at 10 a.m. to provide some SizeUp consulting, is also double booked this morning. So we'll be here for sure in August. We'll spend a little extra time. I'm really sorry to miss Praveena's. You know, I'm very excited about the product, and she'll share some more stuff coming up with Spark.
How can we get a hold of you if we have questions?
Oh, well, if you go to the website and you go to our Teams page, my email is there. That's the best. I might have business. No, I don't. I did not bring any business cards with me. I will bring those next time. But yeah, all the information about Ann Arbor Spark and SizeUp is here on the flyer.
Awesome.
And that's my time. Thank you.
Thank you, Laura. We're booked. That's a good problem. I like that. September 2nd is the next time you can sponsor coffee, and it's similar to kind of your what you've experienced with Laura here, bringing the coffee, bringing some sustenance for the people in the room, but being able to actually present your business or your offer. If you are considering being a coffee sponsor, you can scan that QR code, and our team will get in touch with you so you can help hype us up and get some coffee in us. Half of our organizing team is in Kansas City, which is a good thing because Kansas City is where Kauffman Foundation is based out of. So I went last year, there's probably about 300 people that go from all the 1MCs all across the nation, which is actually a really cool thing. But this is our entire organizing team. We're skeleton crew. We got what, 4 or 5 today? Yeah, there we go. So come say hi to us because we're lonely. If you are curious about presenting at 1 Million Cups, it's presenting your business. It's not a pitch. You get a range of perspectives by everybody in the room. Companies that are less than 5 years old and not a multi-level marketing and not a franchise. But you also get free 1MC organizer coaching to get ready for your presentation as well. But QR code for that guy here. We're booked up till September 9th, September 30th, and then all of October. Literally, I was looking at the email the other day, and someone was approving something because there was like 4 presentations that came in all at once. So it does go by fast. So even if you're just thinking about it, you can still at least sign up through the QR code and get the process rolling because you still have a couple months at that point. And then with that said, We got Praveena. Let's do this. She said she needed some hype, so let's give her some extra hype.
All right.
Oh,
hi.
wait, you need this.
Oh, okay. This is just fast forward. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm Praveena. I am the co-founder of Cargility. Thank you for coming today, and thank you for the people online for watching me. We have 5 slides, and today I'm going to present to you who Cargility is, what we're developing, but and I'll give you a little bit more insight as we go along. So Cargility is a company that's based out of Ann Arbor. It is a product that we are developing. It was invented in Ann Arbor. It's part of Ann Arbor Spark and a lot of other economic development organizations that are helping us through. We essentially are developing a solution, an actual mobility aid for people with stability challenges as you go through aging, recovery, say from an injury, or you have a longer term medical mobility or disability condition that makes it difficult for you to enter and exit a vehicle, and also then puts also strain potentially on your caregiver or your assisting driver. So our device is actually a hard tech, low tech device that's very, very complicated from an engineering standpoint, but very, very useful. So it's portable, it's adjustable, it's accessible in design. Egress entry means in and out of the vehicle. It fits into majority of passenger vehicles in the United States, and it's weight bearing, so meaning it holds the weight of the human up to 350 pounds, and there's no modifications to your car. And so you can see on the bottom, the big reveal is 8/18. So we've been in stealth mode for about 1.5 years since we started the company. It was actually designed and developed in 2022 by our founder, who when she saw her, I don't even know what the next slide is, so we're gonna see. So when my founder saw her grandmother get out of a vehicle, she said, how could we have de-risked this moment? Her grandma was really scared to travel, had a lot of isolation, so she invented it. And then fast forward 1.5 years ago, after getting her patent, decided we got to bring this to market. And so what I'm asking from you today is to help me figure out the best avenue to build our following first investors. We have developed the product. We just had a test 2 weeks ago through an MEDC grant or Michigan Economic Development grant, where we did a test with 40 people with stability challenges. So with people in wheelchairs, walkers, canes, people who were amputees, all a really wide array of people with different disabilities and mobility challenges. We use our device with a third-party tester, and it was very successful. So now we have been validated, and on the 18th at Ann Arbor, we're going to be doing a launch, a product reveal, and at the same time, we're also going to be launching our new website that'll have the reveal of the actual device. We are also going to be getting pre-sale orders, and that is what I'm asking for help, is to figure out how do we get to market, getting people to click and buy. And so our demographic, I mean, I told you a large group of people that could use this, but our beachhead, meaning the consumers we're really gonna focus on, are people who are 35 to 55 years old. Either they're going through recovery or they have someone that they love. So they're adults who have aging parents at home. We felt like that was the quickest pain point, and maybe a lot of the other categories I just mentioned, that might be still that demographic. And they might want to buy it for their parent who lives in New York City or lives in Grand Rapids, and you live in Ann Arbor and they are aging in place and they can't get out of their driveway easily without someone having to lift them up or move them. And there's a lot of fear. We also live in snow conditions, and that just adds another barrier. So these are just numbers I just kind of put out there. It's amazing. Our country has a large aging population, and it is going to be doubling by 2050. And by 2030, I think we'll have the largest in the history. So large population. Amazingly, just in the state of Michigan, 2 million people identify with having a disability. And so disability could be someone who's ambulatory, even so that instability could be a disability long-term or short-term. So it's quite a large market. So I wrote in here, vehicles are basically driving themselves, but we can't figure out how to get in and out of a vehicle. One of the other barriers which we've learned through our process is someone would get out of a car and they might hold a door frame or they might hold the assist handles, and those assist handles are starting to disappear on a lot of cars as federal changes happen to crash safety and cabin design is changing. So, like I said, our launch is going to be on the 18th. You all are invited. It's 6 to 7. That'll be the public portion. You can demo the device. You can give feedback. You can pre-order. I did note when it came today that it is not on our website, so I will be posting this on our website. It is also, if you can go to the Ann Arbor Spark website, it's also listed there's a public event. There will be refreshments, and a lot of folks from the state will be attending. And we're hoping it's a big pump up for us to not only thank this community, but also reveal it and have this community be the first adopters for us. Things that we have done is we have an email list. It's not huge. It's really weak for us. Social media, we have all our social media created, but it's also weak. Don't have a lot of people. I have a lot of people on LinkedIn, but not a lot on social media. We are looking from a community standpoint. How do I build brand ambassadors, people in this community who may know people at rehabilitation centers, senior centers, who are influencers that maybe talk about accessibility or what's happening to themselves personally, thinking about content that we can maybe have of, I'll say this, every time we've showed our product to someone or explained this, I always get a personal story. They'll always say to me, I wish I had this when I had my ACL torn, or when my mom was like, broke her hip. My mom and dad need this right now because, like I said, they live in New York, and how do they get through the city? Nobody gets to get through New York City. It's a bad example, but a city that you may not live near your parents. So I'm trying to figure out how to build this community of people who are going to continue to uplift us, just like our ecosystem and startup world has helped us. So that is what my ask is to see if you have any connections, and also looking for strategies to launch. Yeah, it's a week and a half, 2.5 weeks away, so no pressure, but I'm moving along really well. We have a Shopify page being developed. So when we say pre-sales, that means it's almost like a crowdfunding if you're familiar with Kickstarter. In order for us to be able to manufacture this, I need to get some dollars and some people to invest in us early, and we're looking at from a grassroots level. So I know this is not the right order, but so we're going to market, understanding the ecosystem, social media, B2C, so that's to the consumer, and then also the B2B, which I mentioned early. This is basically as I need like help on SEO. I need help on if you have connections to trade shows or conferences, or people at the university that I can talk to who have their own connections. I'm also looking for feedback. So if you know someone who is in this world who can say, hey, I would look at your device, and I am an occupational therapist and I see people every single day. I deal with this every single day of moving people in and out of a car, and it puts a lot of weight on my back or my staff's back, and my staff gets injured and they're out, and it costs us money, and of course the services can't be fulfilled. So that's essentially what we're looking for is our launch strategy. So launch strategy to know us, like us, and trust us, and then convert to engagement, and then buy, and then build our community advocates. So it's everything I just said, but this is really what I need to build momentum, get those pre-orders moving, and keep going. So I'm gonna leave this up for a sec so you can just kind of see what we're thinking of. I know people on this side, I'm probably blocking the screen, I super apologize. So I think this go-to-market plan, I would love your feedback, advice. I think we're getting a lot of attention from the ecosystem. So like Startup, Spark, and Michigan Economic Development all love us and are pumping us up, but that may not convert to buyers. So now I need the consumer. So thank you. This is Cargility Tools. You can also we just got the new URL. It just came up. So we also have cargility.com. This is my founder, Mira. She is the one who invented the product. And because we have some young folks here, I just want to share, she invented this when she was 17 years old, and she is now a college student doing civil engineering. She's 22. So just know that you can come up with ideas and you can start a business. She started it when she was at the company about 1.5 years ago, and then I joined a little bit after. So young people, you're not too young to start a company. Or you're not too old to start a company, so whatever you want to do. All right, thank you so much. And yeah, you won't be able to see the product unless you come to the event or you check our website on the 18th.
Where is the event?
Sorry, it's at Ann Arbor Spark.
It's at Spark.
Correct. It's a we're oops. I'm so smart. Okay, there we go. It's a startup spotlight on the 18th, downtown Ann Arbor Spark. It's a free event. We'll have the device. We'll have some cars parked, and you can try it. You're welcome to also invite this to other people that you know that may also have stability challenges. So if you know anybody who has instability, a parent, a friend, please bring them to the event.
Awesome. Give her a round. All right, we'll start with clarifying questions. Who has some clarifying questions?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Wonderful presentation. Thank you. 2 questions. You're going for straight to consumer?
Correct.
And what is the price point?
Thank you. So we're going straight to I'll do the first part first. It's $250. We could go up down to $200, but that's going to be our margin of discount. So early adopters, I don't know if this is on. Early adopters would be $250, between $250 and $200. And the reason why we're doing that is we decided not to go through insurance, because we understood that would, when you go through insurance, you would have to maybe be $1,000, and then you as the customer might only pay $200 or $250. So we want to make it an accessible device, accessible in cost. And we are going B2C. However, B2B can buy us through B2C unless it's a large order. And we did that strategically because after customer discovery with businesses, we learned that if you're a rehabilitation center, you might only buy 5 for your entry, like you would have wheelchairs at the entrance, but you might recommend it. And they're mostly just buying from online. So that is why we just went directly to e-commerce.
I'll come back here in a second. Give me a second.
Competitors?
Interesting. Okay, competitors, the biggest competitor is a product called the Handy Bar, and that is basically inserts into the door. It is what most people are using if they know it exists. And the second one is makeshift. So either people are actually using their physical, this is why we realize this is an actual solution. There's not very many solutions in the market. People just rely on moving each other. It's almost like that's one of the challenges we're facing is you don't know you have a problem until we tell you you have a problem. Until I tell you this, you're like, wait, now I remember this time when I saw somebody get out of a car. And I will guarantee you, after this today, you will go outside and go to Kroger and you will see people trying to get in their car and you'll have a whole new empathy and understanding of what that challenge is. But it's almost, our competitor is basically lack of knowledge, right? There is really no solutions. From a professional standpoint, if you're a professional caregiver, like an occupational therapist, they are still physically moving a human. They use something like a gait belt, which is like, if you're really not ambulatory, and they pull your body out. It's pretty sad the solution hasn't been found.
Great presentation.
Thanks.
It's hard not to think of so many people I know that could probably use this. Is it a device that the person themselves can use without the help of another person? Or is it need multiple people to?
No, thank you for that question. We're promoting it as a caregiver or an assisting driver would put it in. However, after our test 2 weeks ago, we learned that actually people can do this individually as well. It's the size of an ice scraper, a longer ice scraper, and you can just throw it in the back of your car. Wow. So it's portable. We believe it's the only product that helps people in and out of a car. There are a few things that help people out. So that is our big. We think we have a big market. I think I mentioned that we also have a patent, and we have a second patent coming in as well. Yeah. I mean.
No, I'm excited. I can actually use this myself. I'm going through PT, so it's very appropriate.
Tell your PT people to come to this event.
I'm happy to do that. Question about the production readiness and scalability. Now, if you start getting these millions of orders, are you ready to do that?
No. So we have identified a local manufacturer here in Michigan. We'd like to do our first 1,000 here in Michigan as much as possible, and then after that we have to scale up. So right now I think we're really just trying to get that 1,000 sold. But if we go viral and we get 10,000, we have a plan ahead. Because it takes time to get supplies and get everything going, it will be like that crowdfunding. So it won't be an on-demand product yet. We don't have the distribution model, the manufacturing model, but I do see an opportunity to go that way. Yeah, so like we do have our design completed. We got some feedback. We're making some updates after our test 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, the follow-up question is, where is it being manufactured?
It is a facility in Detroit that's going to be working with us. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, how many pre-sales do you have currently?
Zero.
Zero. Okay.
We are launching on the 18th. There's no way to pre-sale until the 18th of August.
And then another question, and I would assume working through Spark, you've been working with different companies that already have gone through this, that are mature, basically medical device companies. I've got a few that would make sense, but from those that are mature, that have already gone through this, I have one in mind that they, basically they always have to raise the money to have the manufacturing capital to build it. But you already have all these examples, especially around Ann Arbor, and they could also probably lead you into different marketplaces.
I would love that connection.
Then last question is for influencers.
We are seeking those influencers. We've invited a couple to our event on the 18th. They may have a social media presence. We have people who I've identified with having degenerative disabilities that are younger, that have a social media following for their specific ailment or disability. And we're going to give them a discounted code, but that's as much as we've gotten. And we've invited people who we think are influencers who are maybe they run a rehab clinic or a senior care facility. But I am looking for influencers who know how to get this information. So I'm thinking on the 18th, you're going to be like doing video and content and like putting that up for me.
So I have someone, or actually it's one of my business partners, but it's more podiatry, but it's the idea of their population would make perfect sense, and would love to. She has 300,000 people that follow her.
And I know you and I've been trying to connect on LinkedIn, so we'll connect as human beings face to face and make an appointment.
All right, more clarifying questions. I'm coming.
Hi.
Do you have any media coverage for this?
We have a press release drafted, which is being reviewed by our partners, and so unfortunately we live in a world that's hard to get media coverage, but that's a really good idea. I think I need to push that out and see if there's any contacts here locally and do the ask of letting them know that we're going to be pre-selling and announcing.
Our local channels, I think, would love this. Absolutely. I mean, you're in the automobile capital of the world. Yeah. This is something related to autos.
Cool. Yes.
You should be able to really leverage that.
Okay.
Can you get, I'm sorry.
It's hard.
It's so hard. Can you get like the MEDC to push it?
Yes, they are already agreed to push it, and Arbor Spark is as well. So yeah.
Are you using now or no?
Yeah.
Anybody have any more clarifying questions?
I do.
Okay.
Go for it.
And surrounding social, thanks. It's about social media. It sounds like you are already working with the strategist. Is that correct?
We have a strategist that is helping us through our Shopify page for how to do this, how to launch, like do a social media launch, get people to do user content videos. We are now discussing the idea of producing about 50 to 100 ourselves and covering that cost and getting it to folks in advance so they have it. It's just a lot of pieces are moving, right? So it's just like, we're like 1.5 people,
well,
so.
But I think part of that is with, sounds like you've had people already engaging. Do you have any video testimonials or anything you can use as digital assets that can help, support the benefit to the public?
So it's almost chicken and egg for us because we haven't revealed the product publicly. It's been in stealth mode. One of the things we're a little bit like, and the reason for stealth mode is because we're in development, but two, it's just so novel and I think going to be massively impactful. We have to, even though we have a patent, we have to be really mindful about dupes and copies and people trying to go, why don't we think about this? So we've been stealthy. So the 18th is the reveal. And then I think there will have to be a post plan of saying, okay, maybe the reveal is for our local Ann Arbor, Michigan, Southeast Michigan influencers, and then it's for everybody across the country, right? And so I think we have a Michigan and then a Midwest plan. This could catch fire, which is a good fire, right? Like it could, yeah. And we just need to be prepared. And so we have some folks helping us, but.
I will say, since you have that lunch on the 18th, or any, you're in stealth mode, it'll be much easier afterwards. But if you wanted to, and I speak as someone who has had an attempt at an online store, have studied and been under the tutelage of a master strategist, I might say, worked with Google for a while. And one of the things I found, the challenge, when you go for your search engine optimization, you also have to have a social media optimization and all of your ducks in a row. So having people, even those who just tried out your product, be prepared or present you with Google reviews, and nothing tells a story better than video. Even in your approach to the public to get them to click. I'm not gonna say AI, because you see this everywhere, but we were all raised in an age of seeing the work done. And so seeing people get in and out of cars, if you get it organically, great, but every benefit you suggested, I visualize an image of seeing a short and having that click, and those professional paid ads move better than organic. Organic is education in your tone, however you're gonna speak, but paid is speaking to the benefits. So people who have the money, who wanna try something new or go for it, everyone else follows.
Right.
So.
No, thank you,
I
yeah.
just wanted to share that.
Yeah,
Was there someone back? Yeah.
Thanks. I guess you already mentioned about, you worry when this catch fire, it could be easily copied by somebody else who, maybe oversee and have much cheaper production capacity, right? I guess then the counter strategy of that is that you have a branding strategy. So what is the brand? Do you have in mind what that would be?
No, thank you. Actually, I've been thinking about that's one of the things that I was trying to build this community. So, we are the ones with the story. We are the ones that have done the testing, and we have validation. We have the patent. We have a third-party tester. So we want to build trust that way. There's a lot's going to happen in the next 2.5 weeks, and it's very overwhelming. But that is what my hope is, like, to protect us. And usually businesses would only want to go with the brand that has been validated versus a Temu version. I mean, it might take a while for someone to dupe this, because it is, you have to hold a human being. So it's not like it's like a cane or a wheelchair or a walker, right? There is some requirements that you have to meet, and we've been meeting the accessibility requirements. And it makes me think, after saying that, I do need to probably add those things to it to build that trust to our page, right? Like those, sorry, I'm writing notes. Yeah, and so it's building that community. So I'm hoping that people will be like, no, we're gonna go for the real deal. And I also recognize that I can't be living in fear. I have to just live forward.
All right, if no more clarifying questions, let's get some nitty gritties. I'll come around this way.
This is half and half. So have you considered making this, or pursuing this being a certified medical device?
It is considered a mobility aid, and it does not need this. It does not have the requirements for it at this time. So we could get other certifications that could give it a stamp, and we're looking at that, of what options are there. But to go to market, we have already reached all the requirements needed.
Okay. The suggestion is to look into that so that you can set your stuff apart from the copies.
Yeah.
And kind of build that moat.
Hi. Okay, so I would suggest you talk to Design Core.
Design Core?
Yeah, they're at CCS, and they actually build. Well, they have like a lot of. It's a college, but they have a program inside of it. It's called Design Core, and they have this design jam for people with disabilities, and they need accessibility. And I'm a facilitator, so I can get you in touch with them.
Awesome.
They're all called in September. Just look out for it. It's called Design Core. And so we just build a bunch of products for people with disabilities. And so, like lip gloss and
Yep.
So we've designed a lot of different products in that sense. So if you ever want to connect with them.
I wish I'd talked to you a long time ago, but yes, I'm still willing. We're still in development, so I'm being open. Yeah.
And also, when I was at U of M, I went to here, we went to a facility it was, but if
All
I
right.
remember.
Okay, thank you.
Pass it.
Hello. The things that keep coming through in my mind as you're looking for more connections and influencers is, oh my gosh, you're in Detroit. I would contact Ford and GM and Chrysler, Stellantis. I mean, this could be an add-on that they can sell to someone who has everyone has a parent that needs a new car sometimes. That would be a great add-on.
Yeah.
Getting AARP to get behind you. I would think about the veterans, the VA, because I gotta believe there's a lot there as well. And then locally, Probility, which is, PT, and through the, the University of Michigan, I think they're in the Michigan program. I would think that they would like to suggest items as well. I'm excited for you.
Yeah, thank you.
This is really cool. Who's next?
Let's give it.
David, really quick, places like Eisenhower Center where people often have mobility issues, they have fleets of vehicles that, they use to get people in and out, gives them a sense of, what you do.
Independence.
Yeah.
So they may be a good partner and they have fleets, places like that.
Yeah, and that's something we've been also thinking about as fleets like that, because those drivers, or if you're taking rideshare, those drivers are not trained to move people in and out, and they usually will not move some. We've talked to also them, and we again think it's the B2C, like they're just going to order online if they want it for their thing, and they can come to us for a reduced rate. In the dealerships, we've also been thinking about this. There's so many opportunities in it, so we kind of we just step back and say, okay, we just need to at least get to market. And so this is our lane, and once we show traction, I'm hoping some big wig's going to come up and be like, I will take it and move it bigger.
You can't hope, you need to go after that.
Yeah.
If I may. You're putting a lot on your launch, which is great, but it's passive, right? So who are you inviting to this? I mean, the media stuff is huge.
Yeah.
I mean, Candace's point, like the locals will love this story. And local auto execs watch the news, right?
Yeah.
So I do think you need to be proactive.
Okay.
It's a big deal.
Thank you.
Are you recording the launch?
Spark does not have that capability, but if somebody here who has a little owl man that's sitting right here wants to come out, we would love a live video.
Check out the guy in the corner.
Oh yeah, Sri can do it for me.
Sri, I'm giving
Yeah.
As I'm thinking this, it just sounds like it might be too naive or not idealistic, but I feel like the state of Michigan they know who's looking to get the handicap passes. Is there any way?
So for accessible spots, they cannot promote items, but there is an organization that's actually through the ADA, it's an ADA requirement that every state has it's called an assisted tool library. It's an amazing program where they have a huge library of products and say they will go to a senior center or they'll go to people who have disabilities and say, what do you need? And if they say we are looking for something for vehicles, then they would like loan them a Cargility to use. So as part of our launch, I didn't mention this, is that we're working with the Michigan one, which is actually a high influencer in the nation, to do a donation. So people can order online, but if they don't need it for themselves, they can order one for this program, and then they would give it to people to loan, or they also just donate it to people who have identified with a need.
So in the same realm, I think about like the story, right? Everybody's got a story. When my mom was in the hospital, we were trying to figure out like, can she come home unassisted? They have the case managers that are doing that. So it just seems like we take any recommendation from anybody.
So that's what we're trying to do, and what the problem has been is it becomes a sales call, and so we've been contacting folks. I've been having people at like big organizations who've gotten intro emails to us. It's really hard to move. So what we've also then thought about is, okay, if we do a really strong social media campaign, show our traction, then they'll be like, oh, because they don't know this exists, right? And they're not sure if it's, right? So it seems like traditional environments are slower to adopt, while social media is faster to adopt. And if I can show traction, they might be like, oh, let me call them and see what I can do, if I can get this in the door.
I got you guys.
Because you have a demographic between 35 and 55, as a small side quest for that demographic. You have parents taking care of older kids and adult kids with mobility issues, and dignity is a huge issue for anybody in the disability community. So being able to showcase that you don't need, somebody doesn't need to be hauled out by a seatbelt wrapped around them, I think would be a big draw.
And that's some of the video content that we'll be sharing, is showing that people can independently move. And some people, they might need a caregiver nearby just to, in case of, but when we did our test 2 weeks ago, it was like tears. Just seeing someone first get in, really struggle, and then do it themselves. And they were like, this is unbelievable for us, yeah.
She just doubled her followers, so.
I wanted to. So just mirroring some of your words that you were saying, you were explaining how almost everybody has a story when you talk to them about this. How much of your social media website actually showcases these stories?
0. But it is part of my strategy. So like the strategist I'm working with is going to help me develop this. We just created our social. So like I said, our LinkedIn is there. People are excited, but it's not like, the people who are following us may not be the consumers. They are maybe following the company, right? And that's kind of where we've been, and is in the company mode. Like all you fucks are like, yay, businesses. But I need the buyers just to start following us. I think I have 14 on Facebook. Like, it's really low, but we just launched it, and we have no paid ads. We have no movement there. So it's really thinking about the paid ad movement and moving that really quickly.
Second quick question, what social media platforms are
Sure. So because of our demographic, we are going to be in Meta. So it's going to be Facebook, Instagram. That is the largest population of millennials, especially older millennials.
Go for it.
God, I'm so popular. Everybody's like asking questions.
It's funny because I was talking to my friend yesterday. So we are in an age where people go viral overnight for very stupid things, actually. And she was telling me about these 2 guys that she actually reached out to. She's a lawyer, and she offered to help them in whatever trouble they get into if they make a video. So these 2 guys make skits, and on YouTube, I guess, I'm not sure. But they did a short video for her hairdresser, and it got 1 million views that first day they put it out. So I know they do charge, I think she said $1,000. She's a lawyer, and she's like, hey, I'll get you out of whatever trouble you get into. If you make a short video for my son, it's like 14%, and he has his own business. I can get you their name,
Yeah.
and if,
I will give them $1,000.
I mean, they might do it for free if they know it's for a good cause, but social media and just all these people that go viral, it's a great platform.
I feel like it's been a blessing, is when we tell people our story, a lot of people are like, you know what, I'm just going to help you. And it's been amazing how many people I'll give you free advice, I'll give you my connections, I just need you to get this to the world. And that's really powerful. Like, I feel like that's the give back. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, hold on, so many people. Okay, go ahead.
I've got one. I think you've got senior communities on there. I would add home health care, because that's the caregivers. There's sort of a transfer in place, right?
Correct.
Between, at home and moving into a community. So I think adoption at that level would be important to illustrate and show. And I think your biggest challenge for marketing to consumers is, especially the aging consumers, I would say, is pride. Like, speaking with my parents, that they wanted to be as independent as possible. So I think, as you talk about independence, this is a way to maintain it and
Correct.
not be dependent on others. And the other thing I would add on that one is the bigger concern is the 2 aging caregivers, where one is pulling the other one out of the vehicle.
Correct.
And we had an incident at a restaurant one time where a couple tried to get out of the car, both ended up on the ground. So it was
The stories that you're sharing is what we hear a lot, and it's like gives me goosebumps because we hear of people who are aging and they are the only two people in their house, and the wife may be moving a husband who's much bigger. And something that a home care specialist told us was something so everyone can build empathy around this and understand is if you're 250 pounds, that's already a lot of weight, right? It's like lifting up a 250 barbell, which probably most of us in this room cannot do. And if somebody has a muscle condition or they're like weak, they're almost like a sack of potatoes at 250. So those home care health workers, that's what their struggle is the number. The CDC said 50% of professional caregivers in the transfer are injured because of musculoskeletal problems. Like, we see a huge business opportunity here. I know when this goes out, but I don't want to land and be like, so it's going to move. So it's a lot.
Be ready with your manufacturing plan as soon as possible.
Yeah.
You got to swing for that now.
Yeah, it's enrolled.
Your story is way too strong for it now.
Secondly, we are, when you see the product, we purposely made it sexy mobility aid. We're not using that word, but it is designed because we don't want it to look clinical. Yeah. We want it to feel like it's something you would use, so it has cooler colors. It's more something that would kind of blend in, and I know because I'm thinking about my own parents who, in full disclosure, and this is the person who got injured out of the car is actually my mom, and my founder we're a mother-daughter company. We don't tell that story out loud, but go ahead.
So yeah, I think based on what you said, I think that the value that the product is creating for each person is probably in the tens of thousands of dollars at least, right? Because each time you fall and you get hospitalized, that's tens of thousands of dollars usually, right? So I think the question for me is, why is it that you're creating a product that's priced at $250? And what's wrong with getting insurance to sell it for you at $1,000 or more, and do all the marketing and go to the market for you?
Yeah.
There must be some hurdle. I'm asking an honest question.
No, thank you. So we have looked at this route, and it might happen in the future. We are also looking for SHA, FSA as an option, but in order to go to that process, it will take $10,000 every year, and every year you have to renew, and you are one amongst a bazillion codes. And then you have to get buy-in from those PTs to know, okay, I'm going to recommend this product, and it's code 5378465, and they have to know it. So and they don't market it for you. They don't promote it. So what I'm thinking is, we have this online. What we've learned is those PTs actually now are doing telehealth PT, which blows my mind. But they can recommend it, and it doesn't have to go through an insurance. And so that was why we were thinking reducing it at a lower cost. We've heard $500, but we also want to make it accessible for people. And it's been something at our core is understanding how do we still make a profit so we can continue, but we want to make this so people can just move. And it may not mean that we'll be like doubling our profits, but it'll mean that we know that people can move. And I think that's something that's core to our company. Right now it's $250, but it could go higher, right? And you're right, if you get a deductible, it's probably going to be $250 if your parent fell down. Yeah, that's probably your minimum, right?
Call it an introductory price so that you have some room.
Yeah.
All right, we're in rapid fire. We got 2 minutes.
God, okay.
So I'm convinced I'll be your first customer. I want one.
Sight unseen.
I've both been a caregiver, trying to get my mother in and out of the car, and like I said, right now I'm going through that situation myself. Going to PT and struggling to get in and out. So I'm willing to try sight unseen. And second, I'll do a shameless plug. With our service offers the ability to get you exposure into local churches, schools, and nonprofits. So as part of your marketing, would you consider a strategy that also says you're going to give back a small amount to the community, try and get visibility into local churches, especially where a lot of your customers are.
Yeah, thank you. I'm getting Miss Sir to get his steps in today.
So one other potential location where you could find customers is orthopedic surgeons' offices. People who have hip replacements don't typically go to PT because they've discovered that the outcomes don't really make a difference if they send them to PT post-op. So that, having just had one last year, a device like this would have been wonderful to help get in and out of a vehicle.
So the two of you will be doing a video for me that I'll be posting online, or you can post yourself and tag us, because those are things that I think people need to understand the struggle even prior to having this.
That's it, folks. Give her a hand.
I also just want to say thank you to Million Cups and everybody in this room. Like you said, this is the automotive state, but we haven't gotten this far on our own. There's been so many people and organizations and connections and meetings that are just building us up. So thank you. It is a lot, so I'll take all hands on deck to help us get to our launch in a month, and we're going to do really good. I'm really excited.
Perfect. Awesome. Thank you. Group photo time. What are we doing the group photo? Are we doing some sunshine today? All right, so we'll get set up for the group photo. I think that's it. That's, you know, you guys did great. Yeah. Do your thing.
So I need everybody to head out this way.
I don't know what next.